in all sorts of trouble. That is Robert Knott and Jeff Emmons. Robert is unfortunately not going too much further. Here comes Burrows. He's at the end of this 47-kilometre stage. He races through. That was a great job and absolutely storming their way through. They don't slow down too. There is Fellows on the 1-1-1-1 entry. Let's catch up now with the first man across the line.
Mark, 26.12. How did that first run go?
The car felt pretty good actually. The tyres, maybe not a really good choice that I've made, but they weren't too bad. But the car felt good, and yeah, we got here this time, so that's promising. We just got to get back now and do the same thing basically.
Any changes for the run back?
We're not allowed to touch the cars at all, so they're actually in what they call park firm A. So even if you've got a tyre going flat or anything, you just got to leave it, start, and then do whatever you can once you've started. So yeah, what we've got is what we've got.
Jeff still leading Class 2, just a minute and a half behind the fastest Class 1 driver.
That's not too bad for this little 1600. She's doing all right. But man, is she revving down those straights. Like she's bouncing off the rev limit. It's out of control.
What sort of speed are you doing?
Probably around 175 to 180.
Colin, fastest qualifier in Class 8. Describe the class to me.
There's for unlimited four-wheel drives, so you can put any sort of engine into your family four-wheel drive, whatever gearbox you like, whatever size tyres, and come out and race.
And you're really pushing those Class 1 and Class 2 competitors.
Yeah, sort of. We're having a good go.
Time now for highlights of the second half of the first heat. They now go back from where they came, 47 Ks. Now, if you thought they were charging hard in the first part of it, wait to see how hard they crank now. And Burrows finishes in spectacular fashion. Here is a result of the first heat. Burrows getting the win by only 4 seconds over Glenn Owen. Back to Fellows, Wrench, Bentley, Coulthard, Hunter, Gallard, Copeland, Mowbray, Coleman, Habe and Mowbray rounding out the 16.
Glenn, congratulations. Second after the Section 1. What are you doing there?
Just fixing a turbo problem we've got.
And what's the problem?
Just losing a bit of boost up high, so we'll fix that up and we should be right.
Any more changes before this afternoon's, so-called sprint?
No, not really. It's ready to go.
So you're not going to change the setup at all?
No, it's pretty good where it is.
And the Australian champions catching up as well after a slow start.
They didn't catch us.
David, congratulations. Third after Section 1. How was it?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. We caught a bit of dust coming home, which we had to back off a bit for, but apart from that, no, it was all good.
Now, what's going on in the background? The wheels are off.
Yeah, we've got a brake problem. We've got no back brakes, so we are just seeing what's going on and get it fixed up for the next race.
It's time now for the special stage at Bluedot Speedway. Isn't it a picturesque little racetrack? Got the big gum trees in the middle there as well. Beautiful weather conditions. Time now for 701 v 722. Jeff Pickering and Glenn Watson up against Desley Kelly and Brendan Kelly. There's quite a few lady races, Les.
Yeah, there's two lady drivers altogether that race in Class 7, actually.
Okay, and they're not limited certainly to the navigating point of view, but that shouldn't surprise us men. We've been told where to go by women for years.
That's exactly right.
Particularly in a car. This is a stage that's a lot shorter than most of the sections, yet it carries equal points. You get 20 points maximum for this stage, just like any of the other three. They get a bit of air here as well, Les.
Yeah, there's a lot of jumps in this track. The idea was to put this in for spectators and for filming. It's something that's more interesting than a car just flashing past out in the open. And it the dust was a bit of a problem,
Man,
as you
they're
can see.
absolutely flying. Noah's Pickering at the moment. Got the Falcon Tyres sponsorship on at the moment. And this thing is really getting around there nicely. Plenty of dust, plenty of rough stuff as well, but we love it. In the middle of a speedway, Bluedot Speedway, as a matter of fact. Navigator working pretty hard as well. You would think this would be a fairly simple stage, but still a Navigator very important.
Well, the stage actually changes from centre track to outside track, from centre track to outside track. So you've got to have your navigator telling you where you've got to cross over and get back on the right track, yes.
Well, you don't want to make a mistake in this section. It might be a lot shorter than the others, but it's certainly going to pay you extra points. There is Desley Kelly pushing very hard with Brendan Kelly. Oh, right to the edge of the circuit just then. Pickering and Watson in the Mitsubishi. They're flying around here, Les.
Yep. Yeah, Jeff's a very reliable driver. He brings the car home every time. It's very rarely he doesn't finish a race.
This is the second stage, the special stage as it were, second part of a 4-round event for the weekend. And it's just, at the moment, a good spectator concept for these guys. In the middle of the speedway, a contained circuit, and they really do push hard. Oh, man, still getting a bit of air. It's pretty rough.
These cars weigh over 2 tonne and they're not made for jumping like this, so they do a good job to get out there and do it. It's virtually a buggy track, this.
Well, they're probably not designed to be caned like they're being caned either, but hey, it's time to get on it. It's the Griffith 500.
Well, tomorrow they've got 350 k's to do, so they've got to sort of preserve their car a little bit.
Well, let's take a look now at another battle here. This Jeep is just cool as, isn't it? The 801 versus the 809. Colin Hunter and Bronwyn Humphrey. The 809 just up there. I'm looking for an entrant number.
We've got Reg Owen in the next car, and Russell Cairns there from Warrnambool.
Man, it's something about Warrnambool. They seem to breed some pretty good drivers down there.
A lot of good drivers come out of Warrnambool.
Some good weather conditions for them. This Jeep is absolutely honking. Colin Hunter getting some good air there as well. The Owen team, as you said, right behind them at the moment. Are we looking just for the collective times?
Yeah, they are actually. You can be running the third heat of this and still beat the guy in the first heat on time if you're quick enough.
Look at the Jeep get some air. The Extreme Motorsports dudes, they're loving this. Plenty of front wheel action as well. The Jeep's a bit of a weapon.
Colin is a great guy. He sponsors 2 classes in our race. Sort of puts money towards the event, which is good to see competitors doing that, because without them we couldn't afford to do this sort of thing.
It must be a great event for the town of Griffith. It's located about 600 k's west of Sydney, about 500 k's, well, northwest of Melbourne. Not too far from Wagga Wagga in New South Wales. As a matter of fact, there's been some great motorsport competitors come from that region. Just goes to show you how popular the event is, with competitors coming from Western Australia, Northern Territory, all over the place.
That's right. And these 2 cars you see running now are both safari cars. They both usually run Australian Safari, but it's not on this year, so they're both running in the Griffith event.
Well, that's great to see. That disappointment for the Safari fans has been your bonus.
That's exactly right. Yeah, we've got a lot of cars that should have been Safari cars that are actually running here.
Man, Hunter, he doesn't slow up much. He's really pushing.
Yeah, he's a pusher, Colin is, yes.
Crowd favourite then, I would think. Anybody that gets on the gas and is a bit nose heavy is going to be a fan favourite.
Yeah.
Checkered flag is out. Wow, Hunter, very strong indeed. And Owen, you said, also out there in the 809.
Yeah, Reg Owen and Russell Cairns, yeah, they're from Warrnambool, and they do a good job because that's virtually a standard patrol they're running.
We're on board here for this special stage now. It's Shannon and Ian Wrench up against the 1-1-1-1 of David Fellows and Robert Richardson. Well, we're on board with Fellows. Off to the right is Wrench. This is going to be a good battle.
These are 2 of Australia's fastest cars, actually the quickest cars in Australia.
Oh, look at him just hiking the wheels big time then. The Peter Kittle entry of Fellows. I'm trying to work out a fast way of saying 1-1-1-1. That'll do. Wrench, though, looking tough. Great cars, great shots here for the Griffith 500. Yes, air will be a good thing here, I would think.
Yeah, these are cars that this track's built for these things to jump. They'll jump without even knowing they're doing it.
I would imagine there'd be enormous suspension clearance, shock clearance and stuff.
There is, yeah. Yeah, they're specially built, both American cars brought out here to race in Australia.
Look at him hammering around the centre circuit here of Bluedot Speedway, and the Wrench boys are really starting to throw down the hammer now. The proprietors of Wrench's Auto Salvage in Warrnambool, Victoria. Beautiful little spot, a whaling town, and they're having a whale of a time at the moment. Are they getting around here, Les?
Yeah, they're quick little drivers, Shannon.
doing a great job. You were saying he's meticulous in his presentation and the way he preps cars.
Yeah, that's what this is all about, preparing your car. Like he works on his car, pulls it all apart and has everything perfect when he goes to a race, and that's what you got to do to finish these races.
We're watching the Fellows Richardson combination just there here at Bluedot Speedway. If you've just joined us, this is the Griffith 500. It's round 5 of the 2005 Australian Off-Road Championships. And off-road, you get that because they're never ever on one. It's good stuff.
That's what it's all about. It's all off-road. Like rallying's all on-road. Off-road racing is all in the bush. There's no roads.
And they're off the ground quite a bit as well, as you can see from our onboard shots. Got to thank some of your sponsors too: Extreme Motorsport, Albans Off-Road Gear, the Hotel Victoria in Griffith. Sounds like a good place for a coldie. Racer Imports, Dobbinger Design and Publishing, Pickering's, ARB 4x4 Accessories, and the Griffith Ex-Servicemen's Club. Now, ARB 4x4 Accessories, Mr. ARB himself races in this event.
Yeah, Andy Brown's in here with his son.